Please welcome contestant number 6, Charisma Washburn.
According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, sexism is defined as prejudice or discrimination based on sex, especially discrimination against women. In today's world, does discrimination and stereotyping based on sex even exist? It depends on who you ask. In a study done by the Pew Research Center, 4,604 randomly selected U.S. adults were asked the question, do women continue to face discrimination? Do women continue to face stereotyping based on sex? 63% of women said yes. It is more difficult for women to get ahead than it is for men. But only 41% of men agreed with this. If sexism is alive today, this major gap in opinion of whether it exists or not is due to sexism going unnoticed and untalked of in today's society. It is due to sexism being transparent in our lives. Laura Bates' Everyday Sexism Project has helped shed light on the fact that sexism does exist. In this project, thousands of women worldwide have shared stories of everyday, casual, and subtle sexism that they noticed that they have been facing. Laura Bates has said, I really hope these stories will help open people's eyes to the harassment, discrimination, and assault women and girls are still living with on a daily basis, and I really hope it will help people reconsider and question the normalized sexism we are all so used to because it is so ingrained. The remaining men and women who believe that sexism is largely gone is because they don't realize that sexism exists. They are allowing sexism into their own lives unconsciously, unintentionally, and ignorantly. To stand up to sexism, we must expose it. We must expose it for what it really is. It is a force that is deceiving, and it is a force that is destructive. It keeps people from seeing the true content of one's character, and it can hold back someone's dreams. These thousands of women and the 63% of women who think that sexism still exists should be listened to, because if it does exist, it is a problem that every person needs to fight for to end. Before you think that this matter is not existent, think about those who have experienced it before. Think about those whose lives have been affected. Let them know that you and organizations like the AAUW, the American Association for University Women, are willing to lend a helping hand. Give them comfort. Only when we ourselves challenge the sexism that is hiding in us, in our lives, and around us, can we do this, though. We must expose it. With what we know, we can proclaim what is right, and we can educate others about this problem to help end it. For change to occur, we should create groups of people that feel safe to come together, talk about facing sexism. When we get involved in groups like the AAUW, we can change the world for the better. When we get involved we can stop sexism. When we let others know the reason for why we are fighting against sexism, because it is unfair and it can hold back somebody's dreams, then they will be inspired. When we proclaim what we know is right, then we can fight against sexism. We will inspire others. To stand up to sexism, we all must notice that it exists. We all must deeply desire to want to give a helping hand to the people who are victims of it. And we must stand united, men and women alike, as we fight against it every day. Sexism is living strong today, but when we stand together, there is hope. So, will you use your voice to expose sexism? Thank you.